Hey guys, it's Kaz here, aka Cats on Camera, and today, as you can probably tell by the title, I'm talking about my bookish buzzwords. So I've seen a few of these sort of videos about where people talk about the things that make them pick up a book, but I thought I would do both, so I'm going to do my bookish buzz-ons, things that I enjoy and make me pick up a book, and bookish buzz-offs, things that make me go, no. So yes, I'm going to be alternating between the good and the bad. Let's just get into it. So first off, if you've been here for a while you will know this, but anything that's sort of dark, gritty, taboo, trigger warnings, that sort of stuff, I love reading that. To the point where when I'm doing a tag and a question is, oh, pick a light, fluffy, cute read, I'm like, what? What even are they? I will cry, I will drown in my own tears at books. What do you mean cute and fluffy? So yes. That is a big thing for me. If there's some dark shiz going on in a contemporary, give it me, sign me up. I'm all about that. So when I was thinking up this is the first thing that came to mind on stuff that I don't like, and that is World War I and II. Literally, if I see World War in the synopsis, I'm like, no, I'm alright, thanks. I just do not find it interesting at all. It's just not my thing. I will be at a charity shop, I'll look at a book, it will look interesting, I'll turn the back over. Set in 1940, no, I'm alright thanks. I don't like it. I even picked up The Book Thief for 49p at a charity shop. I still haven't read it because I'm like, but the war, I don't care for it. I know it's meant to be a really good book. I like the idea of death being the narrator, but the wars, I don't care, I'm bored of it. So this one, again, is no mystery. Any book with LGBTQIA+ characters in are going to be on my TBR. Whether it's contemporary or fantasy or sci-fi or anything in between. I like reading diverse books. It's not something that I'm like, push myself to, oh, I need to read more diverse. It's just what I read is what I enjoy, so yeah. Most of my books that I read have some sort of sexuality diversity in them. So next on my buzz-offs, this one is kind of, it's very broad, so I probably have read some books and probably enjoyed some books like this, but it's so overdone and so overplayed that I'm just kind of bored of it and don't pick up any books like this, and that is royalty or people trying to compete to be a royal member or people trying to become king or queen or anything like that. Think the Selection series, think Three Dark Crowns, think anything like that. I'm just like, I don't care for it. No, it's boring. Not everyone's royalty, not everyone was secretly a royalty, not everyone wants to become royalty. I'm bored of it, I don't care. It just does not interest me. Soz. So the next one on my buzz-ons, again, most of the ones that are buzz-ons and stuff that I pick up, you'll probably realise when I start talking about them. But male protagonists. I generally like reading from male protagonists. I like in sort of a coming-of-age setting, whether that be contemporary or fantasy or anything else in between. I just like reading from males. I know it's a big thing on BookTube, like read women, read about women, read books that were written by women. But I'm allowed to enjoy reading about boys. I feel like reading from the male point of view, there's less of the tropes that I don't really like. There's more of the tropes that I can kind of look at and be like, yeah, fine. Love triangles are less prominent when it's a male protagonist. I'm not like other boys is not a thing. The Chosen One, I feel, is less likely to be a male protagonist. It's more likely to be like a group thing when there's a boy there. There's more, but yeah, I just prefer reading from male point of views. So this one, I didn't really realise until I read a book like this, and that is second person writing. It was never really a thing for me because I'd never read anything, but when I started reading this and it was written in second person, I really didn't like it. Luckily, I kept with it, and after a little while the second person stops and it's written like a normal book. But after starting this and reading it and really not liking it, I realised that I don't like second person. Back in the day, reading fanfic, I could never read second person either. I don't want to be in it, I want to read about the cool stuff happening to people in it without me there. I just feel like you can't get into the story properly. Like this, it starts off like you're sat next to your brother and your name's Nathan and you're doing this. I'm like, my name's not Nathan. I'm not sat next to my brother. I'm not locked up. I can't get into this story because that is not me.
That's not me.
Next on my buzz-ons is sort of either family dynamics or friends dynamics. I love this. I'm all about character-driven stories. For example, The Raven Cycle is just, it's such an amazing series because they're like a proper friend group. They feel like actual friends that actually like hanging out with each other and have actually got history with each other and they've got different feelings there. I like that. Or with family. Andrew Smith has quite a few stories with brothers or really good friend dynamics, and I love that. I like seeing families actually be families in book because, as we know, especially in YA, it's not really a thing. Families were like, what is family? Don't you mean poor orphan girl? So when it happens, I really enjoy that. And like I say, it can be either a family of actual relations or a family like a group of friends kind of family. Either way, I'm enjoying that. And the last one on my buzz-offs is anything that's like Millionaire Bad Boy. Just no. Just no. Somebody tried to offer me an arc of this Millionaire Bad Boy thing on Goodreads and I was like, I'm not going to accept that because I don't like that, and if I read it I am going to give you a low rating, so leave that to people that actually enjoy that sort of stuff, but no. This whole amazing guy that's really rich and is a proper dickhead and this girl that's submissive and will do anything for him. I'm not about that life. I never read 50 Shades of Grey. It doesn't interest me. No. And finally we have one more for the buzz-ons because this one, I didn't realise it was a thing until I realised it was a thing, and that is sports. I'm sure looking at me you can tell that I'm not a big sports player, but for some reason I really like reading about sports and I didn't realise until I thought about, hang on, this book has sports and so does this. Just, if it's a contemporary and it has a sport in, I'm probably going to enjoy it more. I don't know why. I've actually learnt about sports while reading about them that I don't really know about. Like for example, winger. I didn't know anything about rugby until I read this. I was like, I kind of feel like I know a bit about rugby now. And of course, All for the Game, XE, it's not even a real sport, but I absolutely love that. And I feel like I can picture that better than American football, which I've also read many books about. American football, hockey, tennis, track and field, rugby. Yes, I'm all about that. And I didn't even realise it until I realised it. So there you go, there are some of the things that I look for in books and tend to avoid in books. So tell me down below, what are your bookish book words, buzz-ons and buzz-offs? If you agree with any of the ones that I said, then tell me down below. If this is your first video by me and you enjoy it, then please check out some of my others. And if you continue to enjoy them, then please subscribe, that'd be awesome. Anyway guys, I will see you in a few days with another video. Bye.